I gave people all the stuff they really needed. Social Security checks, utility bills, TV guide.
I want a TV guidance counselor. TV guidance counselor. Staying up to watch all night, and everything's gonna be alright with my TV guidance counselor.
Hey everybody, welcome to TV Guidance Counselor. Welcome to, what are we, second week in November here in the United States and everywhere else in the world. I think everyone's on the same month schedule, but let me know if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Thank you guys so much for everyone that emailed me. Whoa, what's going on there? The dogs are yelling at someone about last week's contest for the Jean Garofalo tickets. They were obtained. You guys are astute listeners. She mentioned in my episode 10 years ago, she quit during the opening credits, and Lauren Michaels said, you can't quit. They're about to say your name. Don Pardo's about to say your name, so congratulations there. I will not say the name of the person. Otherwise, you could impersonate them and come and say you're on the list and then get into the show. But there are still tickets left, so if you are in the New England area and Thursday night, the 13th at 9:45, you find yourself in Somerville at Arts at the Armory. It is me and Janine Garofalo. It should be a fun show. Janine's always awesome. I always love getting to work with her. There'll be more opportunities doing some shows in Western Mass and some other shows with Todd Barry, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, a few other things. So anyway, on to the business of today. Today, my guest is the very funny comedian Mary Houlihan. Mary's been on Broad City, Chris Gethard show. She had a very good painting show for Comedy Central. She does painting parties on Twitch. Very funny, very interesting. Really enjoyed talking to her, and I think you'll enjoy listening to me talk to her. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's episode of TV Guidance Counselor with my guest, Mary Houlihan.
TV is my friend, and it has been always there for me in time of need.
Live via satellite from New York. Mary, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in there. At the beginning of this year, I was like, I need to come up with a different way of asking how are you, like how bad is it, or something like that along those lines. Just for 20, I haven't cracked it. So if you have any advice there,
where are you reporting from?
Reporting live from Boston. So I'm about 8 miles north of Boston. Yeah, because you grew up in New Jersey, right?
Yes.
It's funny because I have a lot of people I grew up with are people that I know who moved from the Boston area to New Jersey, and it's funny because people are like, oh, Jersey, but every single one of them is like, it's basically the same as Massachusetts.
Yes, it's so nice.
They're like, it's pretty much exactly the same. You have like all your New England stuff. It's really not that different.
Yeah, it's very woodsy.
Yes, which people never talk about.
They got to check out the woods.
They go like, what's one right across the river? What is that, Paramis? I don't know what the thing is right across the river from New York.
Oh, there's Hoboken,
that's
Jersey
what I'm
City.
thinking. Yeah, they're like, it's Hoboken, Jersey City, and Jersey Shore. That's it.
Right.
That whole 200 miles in between doesn't exist. And I'm like, yeah, no, it does. What part did you grow up in?
It's called Allendale, and it's really close to Paramis.
Okay.
And Paramis has all the malls.
Yes, because I was going to say, I only heard of Paramis from tape trading for years, and every commercial mentions Paramis.
Yes. So it's like a commuter town, and it's just a little bit farther from the city than Paramis is.
Were you going into the city a lot and hanging out when you were growing up, or did it seem like a billion miles away?
No, we went to like Yankee games as a family a lot because my parents are from the Bronx, and
nice.
A lot of concerts. You'd take the train in to Manhattan. So yeah, I really liked taking the train when I was a youth. It made me feel very grown up.
My entire view of New York City when I was growing up was formed by three things: Sesame Street, Night Court, and The Warriors. That was pretty much my
That's
entire...
what it's like.
Yeah, it was pretty much exactly like that, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know if I want to take the train there. But, not the most accurate view. And I have to apologize, friends. The issue you picked, I was not able to locate in time. But you picked an issue from October 1987 and it had Dolly Parton on the cover. I presume you picked that because of Dolly?
Yes.
Okay. Who is listed in this. And this was 87 was, it's weird because it's hard to say Dolly was having a resurgence because she kind of never went away.
Sure,
But
yeah.
87 was a big on TV resurgence for Dolly. So she had like her arc where she was a movie star and then kind of not anymore and kind of went back to TV. And in 87, she had an amazing variety show that was really good. And I don't know if you watched it or remember it, but
I've seen clips, yeah.
It was great. It was kind of the last great variety show. Which I'm like, if anyone could do it, it's her.
I know. That's my dream. I wish I had a show like that. I'll never get famous enough that someone would give me that opportunity.
They won't have Mary. There was actually a Mary Tyler Moore variety show called Mary.
I love it. I love all those things.
It was kind of a weird show. It was her first show after the Mary Tyler Moore show, and it was Michael Keaton's first on-screen gig.
Really? Okay.
It was really weird. It was an hour-long show. And it was very ahead of its time in that it was the first half hour was sort of a behind the scenes sitcom of a variety show. And the second half hour was the variety show.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
So it was very weird. Yeah. People were not having it. It didn't last very long. It was like 6 episodes. But yeah, I mean, who is famous enough to get a variety show now?
Nobody.
Right. There's maybe Taylor Swift.
Well, I think there's people famous enough, but I think the TV networks would be like, what are you talking about? That's like a 70s thing.
Well, they don't do broadcasting anymore in the truest sense of let's get as many people to watch together at once. It's like everything's a niche now.
Right.
And the closest we probably have is like the Idol shows to or like America's Got Talent or something.
Sure, yeah. And they get a lot of product placements with all the Coca-Colas and everything.
Yes.
So, yeah, maybe they could have another variety show, but everyone is drinking soda the whole time.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's no sketches or music.
Hour.
It's just silence and drinking soda.
Yes.
For a full hour. So have you always been like a lifelong Dolly Parton fan?
I'm not sure when I became aware of her. We really didn't have country music where I grew up.
Same.
But yeah, I've been a fan of hers for a long time. I just think she's like the perfect famous person. She like actually does good stuff with her money and she doesn't brag about it. And I think she has like the perfect work-life balance. Like I love how, when she does her appearances, she's so obviously doing a persona and being over the
100%.
top and wearing a wig and wearing like the most costumey clothes ever. And then we assume that when she goes home, she just takes everything off and like takes a huge nap.
I'm not Dolly anymore. Yeah, she's basically in Dolly drag all the time.
Yeah.
The more I think about her, the fascinating thing is she feels very down home and she's always like when I was growing up, blah, blah, blah. But we don't know anything about her.
Yeah.
We don't know if she's married. We don't know what's happened. Like her personal life is pretty much never been in the tabloids or anything.
Yes. I mean, she has like her story, but it is fun. Like a lot of people don't know if it's true or not. I had a friend in college who was like obsessed with her. He was also from Tennessee, and he would like write all these essays about her and was deep into conspiracy theories that
the tattoo thing?
Yes, that her arms are completely tattooed, which she said in an interview that they are, but she claims that she tried to have like color correction tattoos because she had like a vein problem or something. So she said that she tried to get like a beautifying skin tattoo and she doesn't like the way that it looks. But some people think that she has like metalhead sleeves.
Like a tattooed lady at the circus kind of thing.
Yes.
I mean, if that came out as true, I would not be shocked.
Right,
Like I think people
exactly.
would be like, "Oh yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
right."
And she had a lifelong, well, not lifelong. She had a husband until he died this past year, I think, Carl Dean. And a lot of people suggest that maybe they weren't married at all, or that they like never hung out ever, and she just liked the
like an
branding
Oprah
kind
Stedman
of,
kind of thing.
like saying, "Oh, I have a husband. Oh no, thank you. Oh, thank you very
I'm
much,
married,
but I'm
sorry,
married."
please.
And that's appealing to me too.
The fake husband for people to leave you alone.
Yes. Like as a comedian, I want to do everything like her. I would really like to just have a clear persona on stage and then afterwards be like, "I'm so tired. Everybody leave me alone."
Yeah, just turn it off.
Yes.
That is a weird thing, and I get that too, where like I am most certainly not famous at all, but especially in Boston, I always run into people I know everywhere,
Yes,
and
yeah.
sometimes I just want to be like, I just want to go somewhere where I don't have to be me for a little bit.
Yes.
Because especially as a comedian, I don't know if you find this, people come up and talk to you even if you don't know them, but in a very familiar way because
Yes,
they watched
of
your set or
course.
something. So
Yeah.
they talk to you like a friend, and you have to let go with it.
Yeah.
But it's weird.
Yes, it's definitely taken a lot of practice. When I was younger, I would get really like anxious of like, "Oh my God, I feel so like people are noticing me."
Don't perceive me even though I'm on
Yes,
stage.
yeah.
Yeah, we most of us are in that. But,
Absolutely.
yeah, so she really managed to have that sort of balance. And I think also mostly maybe 80% of people who've heard of Dolly Parton just assume she's married to Kenny Rogers.
Sure.
Have you ever seen Christmas Dolly Parton's Down Home Christmas from 1990?
I think so.
Where it's all at Dollywood and her whole family's in it and her sisters and everything. and
Okay,
it's
I haven't
completely
seen that
insane.
one. I saw one that's like a TV movie where she's an angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Coat of Many Colors movie. But there's also a TV movie, Kenny and Dolly, A Christmas to Remember,
Okay.
for the album they did. But this is like her at Dollywood, and she's narrating it. It's very much like the variety show, but like her family's in it, and it's so weird. There's this one scene where she goes to an old folks home because the old folks have a band.
Perfect.
And these old guys start playing, and then she like turns down the music and just does a voiceover over their entire performance.
Perfect.
And just like, old folks need you to talk to them too. And I'm just like, you've completely, these guys are like, there's a big break. TV. She dresses as Rudolph.
Incredible.
She makes her kids make cookies. She has a recreation of the house she was born in, and then makes her parents go into it and talk to her about bad Christmases. Like, it's nuts. It's on YouTube. I highly recommend
Okay.
it. But all the Dolly talk, again, I apologize. I gave you one from 2 weeks later, October 31st to November 6th, 1987. So this is Halloween week, which I'm a big Halloween guy, so I was happy,
sure, yeah.
a little bit happy for that. But we got Family Ties on the cover. We got Courtney Cox and Michael J. Fox. This is the final season of Family Ties, which I will say, after the finale, I cried, had to stay home from school the next day.
Wow.
It was very upsetting.
I remember watching Family Ties on Nick at Night.
Yes.
So does he get broken up with? I remember there was a big episode where he gets broken up with, and he's really sad.
That's the episode where Billy Vera and the Beaters at this moment became a #1 hit single
my
from that
goodness.
episode. So that episode was with his actual wife, Tracy Pollan.
Okay.
She played his love interest, and then they broke up. She went away. He like drove all night to meet her at the train station. And then it plays at this moment. And then they broke up on the show, even though they're married in real life. And Courtney Cox was his second serious girlfriend on the show. So, and weirdly, I was talking to friends the other day. Courtney Cox was by far the most famous person on that show when it started.
Interesting.
It was like her third or fourth sort of career by that point, which
so
is nuts.
when was Dancing in the Dark? Is that before this?
85.
Okay.
Yeah, and then she was in the Masters of the Universe movie in 87.
Gotcha.
She was in Family Ties. In 1984, she was in a show on NBC called The Misfits of Science, which was basically the X-Men.
Okay, so she's huge. She's a huge get for Family Ties.
Yeah, she was definitely a known commodity.
Yes,
I'll say that.
Gotcha.
Maybe not a huge get, but she also had zero chemistry with Michael J. Fox.
Nice. That's what you want.
Yeah, which is perfect. Perfect. But they were like the it couple, so that's why they're on the cover here. They also reviewed the show The First Eden, which is a David Attenborough show.
Okay.
I could never watch the underwater shows. They freak me out. I have like a big fear of deep water. I don't know if that's a thing for you.
No, I'm into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just throw you in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
There'll be megalodons. You're fine. Then, of course, we get the cigarette ads.
There's so many.
So many. So
I
many.
lost count. There's at least 3.
Yeah, and normally it's for brands, and I'm not a smoker, but brands like I've never heard of in my life.
Yes.
And this one, at least, there's brands I've heard of. Like the first one is for Kool Milds,
Very nice.
which they've really like tried to sell with sex here, but not super successfully.
No.
But just feels gross. Like it's this woman in a tank top, like hanging out of it. And she got wet hair, and there's nothing. She doesn't have a cigarette. It just says Cool and Mild.
Well, that's how you feel when you're smoking.
Have you ever been a smoker?
I actually was when I was younger.
What was your brand?
I liked Marlboro menthols. I did like menthols. I liked to mint.
Because it's like you're smoking and doing mouthwash at
Yeah,
the same
it tastes
time.
a little nice.
Tastes healthy.
Yeah, it's good for you.
Did you collect the Marlboro points?
No, I don't know if that was a thing anymore. I feel like anything that encouraged smoking has been made illegal.
Did you have any kids growing up that like everything they had was Marlboro, was clearly received from Marlboro points that their parents had? Because we did.
No, I've only seen it like as an adult in like an ironic way of like, oh my God, how'd you get that? You're so lucky you got a Marlboro jacket.
We would have kids show up to like over for a sleepover. They got a Marlboro sleeping bag.
Oh, nice.
Like, my dad got it.
I was looking at the Surgeon General's warning and I was trying to remember what the warning is now. It says may complicate pregnancy. Is that still what it says? I feel like it's more gruesome now.
What won't complicate pregnancy?
Right.
Yeah, like I moved to the UK in 2001, and in the UK they would have like,
They have like a
pictures
picture
like,
of like a fetus. Yeah.
yeah, like low weight babies or
Yeah.
like black lungs. I feel like maybe they do that here now, or it's something more extreme like that. But this is a very light warning.
Yeah, now it's very like you will die and go to hell.
Yes, you are. If you've read this, you're cursed
Yes.
to a painful death of emphysema. You'll have a hole in your face that you didn't put there yourself. Yeah, it's. I don't think I know anyone who smokes now. Like when I see someone who smokes, it's like really weird. It's
Sure.
like kind of shocking.
It is an interesting choice.
I definitely have guy friends who are like, oh, I have a couple drinks, I'll have a cigarette.
Yes, yeah.
I'm like, okay, that seems strange, but all right. A fascinating yet also terrifying article in here about the 1988 election and the role that television has in it.
It's a gorgeous illustration though.
It is cool. It's like a paper cut kind of like. I will say, as kind of an art nerd and a lifelong comic book fan, TV Guide had pretty cool commission
Yeah,
art.
it looks great.
They had a huge budget and they were paying artists to make art for their magazine.
It says TV and election 88. You'll have a different view of the campaign.
This was kind of the first year where they had like embedded reporters, like on the trail at the conventions. Like just really, it was sort of the first year that the election was kind of, well, not even like we think about it now. Like we thought about it 10 years ago.
Yes, yeah.
And they have some interesting sort of warnings in this about how that might make this too much like entertainment.
Yes. Well, good call.
Like, oh, well, no one seemed to listen to that.
Yeah. So is this like the beginning of what do you call it? Like 24-hour news, CNN,
Sort
Fox
of.
type
So
channels?
CNN had started in 84.
Okay.
We didn't get Fox and MSNBC until 97 because one of the worst things Bill Clinton did was sign in the legislatively one of the worst things he did was sign in the Telecommunications Act of 1996, which deregulated a ton of stuff. And it made it so that like one company could own as many things as they want. So that's when we got Fox, we got so it got much worse then, but we kind of really only had CNN and like C-SPAN. But this was when the networks were like, let's make this more like a sporting event.
Yeah.
Which it's like, don't do that, please. Please don't do that. But they did anyway. And it was bad for everybody. Have you ever seen or heard of the Ted Turner Apocalypse tape?
No, what's that?
So when Ted Turner started CNN, he truly believed that at some point in the next 10 years, we would have a nuclear apocalypse.
Sure.
And so he had CNN make a tape to play, like as they're signing off for the last time.
Wow.
And it was like legendary. It was like, this has to be an urban legend. But maybe 10 years ago, someone found it and posted it online, and it's completely insane.
Wow, I can't wait to watch.
It's great. It's like a classic sign off, but it's all like, we've appreciated being your news station while we were here on Earth. Like,
Oh my God.
like goodbye humanity thing. Yeah, it's very scary to watch. Funny and scary at the same time.
Yes.
Then you get the Courtney Cox article in here. Oh yeah, Benson and Hedges. They got a 2-page ad. The new case for the best tasting lights for people who like to smoke.
Everyone's hair is so voluminous.
It is. It was a big hair. Well, Moose was big.
Oh, yeah.
Has big hair ever made a comeback, really?
Not to this extent.
No. Do you think it will?
I think volume is back, but not like this ever.
Not hype. Like, because I'm looking here on the Insider, and there's a picture of Cagney and Lacey because there's an episode where they go undercover as streetwalkers.
Incredible.
And this is like, now, I'll admit, I don't know what those actual women looked like in 1987. I was not seeing them in the streets, but I have to imagine it was not like this.
Right.
Because Lacey has on like a Tina Turner wig, a pink furry sweater, a skirt that looks like, I think, is a lampshade, and like knee-high leather boots. And then Cagney is basically dressed like if you combined Madonna and Roseanne.
Sure. Yes.
Like with the fake rose tattoo on the cleavage. That seems like a weird thing to go undercover there.
I think the legs. I think if I'm driving by and I'm seeing those legs, I'm pulling over.
That's gonna stop. Yeah, fair enough. You're like, excuse me, is that a Tina Turner wig you're wearing there? They also look like they would stab you.
Yes.
100% stab you. And the article's like, isn't this great?
Rave review.
Which is very weird. Like, okay. Yeah, we get the soaps and Cheers and Cheers we'll get to in a moment there. But let's jump in on Saturday night. What jumps out at you that you would watch?
Saturday night, I think I'm watching the Grand Ole Opry.
Even though you didn't have country music, or because you didn't have country music?
Well, yeah, I'm going back in time. And so now knowing what I know, I want to see,
See what it was
the Opry's
like.
all about. Yeah.
Fair enough. I occasionally would watch that. They would sometimes have like a group on that I liked. This particular edition of TV Guide is from Maine. And it's funny because like country music skips like New York, New Jersey, and Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and then like New Hampshire, Maine, it kind of comes back again.
Yes, yeah.
So we kind of see some of that stuff here. Let's see who's on the Grand Ole Opry that night. Where am I here? Oh, Legwork is on. Grand Ole Opry. It does not tell us who was on the Grand Ole Opry that night. Have you ever watched any of the old episodes of that?
No,
Like on YouTube
just
or anything?
in like in as part of documentaries.
Right. They made it appear as the Grand Ole Opry. Yeah, I would occasionally watch that, but this night I'm totally torn between Golden Girls, Legwork, and Doctor Who.
Sure, yeah.
That's a tough one. Legwork was kind of a weird show. It was about a female private detective played by Margaret Collin. And it was kind of fun and funny and smart. Like Frances
Okay.
McDermott was in it and like Maureen O'Sullivan. Like it was a pretty good cast. As you would imagine, not a hit because people don't like quality things.
Sure, yes.
But there it was. And this is also Halloween night, by the way, I should mention.
Oh, okay.
There's kind of a lack of Halloween content on, weirdly. There's also one of the worst named shows ever.
What's that?
This is the first season Fox was a network, and they had a sitcom on at 8:30 here called Women in Prison.
Beautiful. I did
it's a
notice
sitcom.
that, and I was like, what's that?
It's a sitcom about women in prison.
That's so crazy.
CCH Pounder is on it. I don't know if you know her. She's like a very established, like, serious actor.
Okay.
She's on this. Wendy Jo Sperber, Denny Dillon, who was on SNL for a while. Very broad show. Not great. Did not last long.
I'll check it out.
There's like 4 episodes online. I'm going to brag. 2 of them are from my tapes.
Nice. Well done.
Found them there. Yep. And then The New Adventures of Beans Baxter is on, which is another Fox show. This is a Halloween episode. This show was made by Savage Steve Holland, who did like Better Off Dead, One Crazy Summer. Really weird show. It's about a teenage spy. This episode, the guest star as the evil pumpkin princess is Kitten Natividad, who was like a huge boobed woman from Russ Meyer movies.
Perfect.
Because
Perfect.
what kids show shouldn't have Kitten Natividad in it?
I think that's perfect for a kid show. Someone with extreme features.
Yeah, it's cartoonish. Kids like that kind of thing. They respond to that.
Yes, yeah.
It says a deadly pumpkin unleashed by Mr. Sue and the evil pumpkin princess makes Halloween miserable for Beans. That's a live action show.
That sounds perfect.
His girlfriend on the show, her character name was Cake. Totally normal.
Very cool.
Yeah, show also not a hit. There's a surprise for you. And it's out. I think Grand Ole Opry's an hour, right? Are you watching anything at 9?
Oh, no. I'm tucked into bed.
Well, you did the right thing, because if you had stayed up till 10, which I know is outside the purview of the show, you could have accidentally been subjected to the HBO Comedy Hour, New Jersey's own Joe Piscapo Live.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
That they go, don't miss this hilarious Halloween treat. This special is infamously awful.
I'm watching it.
It's there's a lot of him pretending to be black guys.
Okay, classic. Very
A lot
good.
of rapping, that kind of thing. It's it's a sight to behold. They call it the man of 1,000 characters cuts loose for an outrageous, out of control hour.
I don't know about 1,000.
No, I think it's like 4,
Yeah.
and 3 of them are Frank Sinatra.
Yes, exactly.
The other one's a rapper. Joe Piscopo. Did you feel a sense of pride for Joe Piscopo growing up in New Jersey?
No, not really. I would see him on like the repeats of SNL that played on Comedy Central, and I would see him play Frank Sinatra. Yeah, that's kind of most that I remember him. I'm sure he's an actor in other stuff, isn't he?
Yeah, sort of. He was in a movie called Dead Heat. I think he's the villain in Sidekicks, the Jonathan Brandis martial arts movie with Chuck Norris. But yeah, he went like super right wing,
Yes,
and
yes.
he does a lot of like I think he ran for an office at one point. He's like a big like I'm gonna do this conservative cruise ship show.
Okay. Well,
and my
God
comedy
bless.
shows gonna mostly me be doing karaoke.
Now that's a career. That's not bad.
That's how you want. Dave Thomas from SCTV had a story where he was doing some charity event and Joe Piscapo was there and Joe Piscapo gets on stage and he's like, completely unironically, not joking, he's like, everywhere I go, people are always asking me to do my Frank.
I love that.
They're always asking. And he's like,
I love that.
Dave Thomas is like, are they? Were they always asking me?
Here and there.
Hard to believe. Yeah, occasionally people do. Do you have like a performer that growing up that you knew was from New Jersey and had like a special affinity for that reason?
Oh gosh. Not really. I like Danny DeVito. I don't think I don't think I was aware he was from Jersey.
He has a Jersey vibe though.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I only ask because like growing up here in Boston, I would see people with Boston accents. And even when I didn't know that was a thing, I would be like, they sound like real people.
Yes. I think when I was a kid, I just thought everyone was from New York, New Jersey.
Did you have a heavy accent growing up?
Not really. I sounded like how I sound now. Like,
Yeah.
I remember sometimes, I remember me and my brother watching Nickelodeon News with, what's her name? Ellerby.
Yeah, Linda Ellerby. Yeah.
And I remember they did an episode once about like, it's about censorship and, have this conversation at home with your parents. Like this boy was kicked out of school for wearing a Jeff Foxworthy t-shirt. And like on the back of the shirt, it says like, you might be a redneck if, and it has like a bunch of the jokes. So the boy got kicked out of school and me and my brother were watching this and we were like, what is a redneck? We had no idea what that was. And like, we had to ask and we were like, oh, okay.
Remember a few years ago when like all those people, it was coming out that like all these different people wore blackface at different
Sure,
points.
yes.
And I was like, I don't, this is not a thing. Like what people were like, yeah, it would be people like our age or they'd be like, you're in high school or college. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Well, I've never heard of anyone doing this.
Yeah, no.
Ever. Yeah, it's we're insulated here in the Northeast, I think, is my theory. So were you big Nickelodeon kids?
Oh yeah, I liked Nick. I liked Cartoon Network. Big cartoon head.
What were some of your favorites?
My favorite show when I was a kid was Dexter's Laboratory.
Dexter's
And
great.
I also loved the Powerpuff Girls. Ren and Stimpy. Anything funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So the sort of post Nicktoons, creator driven like cartoons that had like a weird sense of style.
Sure,
and
yeah.
were sort of irreverent. It was sort of a renaissance for that sort of thing in the 90s.
Oh, and SpongeBob. I loved SpongeBob, of course.
Have you ever run into Tom Kenny?
No.
He doesn't do stand up anymore, obviously, but he is often around in LA.
I would be excited if I saw him in real life. I would definitely be like, hi. I just want to say.
Nice guy. Very nice guy. But you're like Powerpuff Girls and SpongeBob.
Yes,
and all these
exactly.
things. Yeah, it's very strange. Billy West is a buddy, and I've had him on the show a few times, and he was
such a
he's everyone on
talent.
Futurama.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was Ren and Stimpy at one point, which was hilarious. But it is weird, those voiceover guys, like and girls. Tara Strong is another one. They have that weird skill set where they can do like 3 different voices at once and like have a conversation, and it does feel like there's 3 different characters in the room, and they'll go into it, and I'm like, this is such a weird skill. Because they'll be like, well, that character's voice is sort of in this part of your head, and then you want to put about 20% of this part.
Right,
It's
yeah.
like this really weird
Yeah, they have a
technical thing.
map of how to get there.
I don't have that map. I don't have that map. But yeah, Nickelodeon I was a huge fan of. I was entering all the contests. I desperately wanted to do a Super Toy run. Never got to do it. Someday I'll rob a store. I said that out loud. So that's Saturday. Sunday night, what'd you do?
Oh, Sunday, I'm watching Dolly Parton with her guests Patti LaBelle, Patrick Duffy, and the Flying Karamatzoff Brothers.
Yes, they were on a lot of variety shows starting in the 70s. And
So they're
were like
acrobats or what?
they were acrobats and jugglers.
Incredible.
There's a ton of footage. I remember seeing them on TV a lot. They were very entertaining. They kind of had like a street performer vibe, but like amped up
That's
much
cool.
higher.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see guys like that on TV growing up because you kind of could tell it was sort of like the tail end of vaudeville,
Yeah.
which TV ruined because you would have people with this one act they worked their whole lives on and could travel around and do it
Yes,
their whole life
exactly.
until they do it on TV once and then it's done. Patrick Duffy, the TV on Sunday night, November 1st, is filthy with Patrick Duffy. I'll say that. Because at 7 o'clock, he's on the show Our House, which is a weird show where Wilford Brimley's daughter moves back in with him with her children after a divorce. Shannon Doherty was on it.
Okay.
And in this one, David never said goodbye to his dying father. Now he's been given a second chance. Guest starring Patrick Duffy.
Beautiful.
Patrick Duffy is his dying father. So he, in this episode, he meets his dying father. Chad Allen plays David, by the way, because he gets in a bike accident and goes into a coma and sees his dead father while he's in the coma.
He gets his second chance. That's
Gets
beautiful.
his second chance.
Kind of doesn't count if you're in a coma.
No, because that's like
That's a
kind of
dream.
probably a delusion. Yeah. Met my dad. So then at 8, you got on the same channel, Dolly with Patrick Duffy in that as well.
Very good. Very
Or at 9
good.
rather, which it's like, I don't know how Patrick Duffy managed to just dominate that
Yeah,
Sunday
it's a big night for him.
It's a big Patrick Duffy. All those Patrick Duffy heads are having a great night. What does she do? Let's see. The Karamazov brothers flip over Dolly as they join her in Great Balls of Fire. And Christine Ebersol was in the show as well. She drops in for Dixie's Place. So one of the weirdest things about this show to me was that they had reoccurring sketches, obviously, but they had a reoccurring dramatic sketch called Dixie's Place, where Dolly had a restaurant and she was the waitress and it was like this diner. And they weren't comedic sketches.
I love that. I love that.
So weird to just have like random drama sketch in the
Yes.
middle of the show.
I'm a big fan of anything that seems on its face like a waste of money or like, why would a network say yes to that?
Right. Which only certain people with enough pull like Dolly Parton could do.
Yes,
Like she'd
yeah.
just be like, here's what we're doing. And they're like, okay, Dolly Parton said we had to do it. This is also, Sunday nights are a big made for TV movie night at this time. And there's some crazy ones on. We have a movie starring Judith Light from Who's the Boss, Jimmy Smits from LA Law, and Rhea Pearlman from Cheers. And it's called Dangerous Affection, the suspense action romance thriller that keeps everyone guessing.
I gotta watch it.
Rhea Pearlman in a non-comedic role, I guess. So it says an offbeat blend of suspense, humor, and romance in this 1987 TV movie. A pregnant woman played by Judith Light, who's separated from her husband, falls for the police detective protecting her from a killer only her 4-year-old son can identify.
What the hell?
That's very complicated.
Separated and gonna get murdered by someone, but
That her
the child
4-year-old knows.
knows
Yeah.
who it is.
And she's pregnant.
And she's in love.
And there's a character named Detective Martindale who's played by an actor or actress, I don't even know. I've never heard of this person, but their name, not their character name, their actual name is Spice Williams.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Just became my favorite actor, Spice Williams.
God, I wish that was my name.
It can be. They're probably not using it now. And then we have a mini series on that night called Echoes in the Darkness.
Oh, yes.
Based on a
I
true
wrote
story.
this down. Starring Gary Cole and Stockard Channing. I thought that
Yes.
was interesting.
Peter Boyle, Treat Williams,
Sounds like a
Robert
good cast.
Loggia.
I'm on board.
Peter Coyote. And this is such a lazy tagline. It says, if it weren't true, you wouldn't believe it.
Okay.
They're like, it's like, guys, we don't have a tagline. Pull one out of the box. Just throw it on there. It says, a respected high school principal, a brilliant English teacher. Linked by greed and madness, they forged a bond of cold-blooded murder.
Not madness. Come on.
What are you guys linked by? Greed and madness. Pretty much. Those were our vows.
Madness, but also greed.
Yes. We forged this bond. Well, that's nice. Well, I'm not done. It's of cold-blooded murder.
That's great. Did you see the HBO documentary about David Chase, the Sopranos guy?
No.
Oh, it's fabulous. You should check it out. But there's like a great montage of like him early in his career. He was a TV writer for these
LA
sort
Law,
of
I
like
think, right?
late 80s prestige TV dramas that like, you know, like Miami Vice type shows.
St. Elsewhere. Yeah,
Yes,
LA
but
Law.
like
kind of
ones that like, you know, didn't really make it. And so they have a montage of like all of these scenes of like people like flipping over the hood of a car or shooting and all this stuff that you're like, what is this show? What are these shows?
Classic Spice Williams cop stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what a weird thing. Also, Werewolf is on, I should
Okay.
mention, which was the show that Fox put all their money into when they first started. They were like, this show, this is going to be it. And it was an hour-long drama about a college student who is cursed as a werewolf and travels along the country trying to find the evil Italian ship captain werewolf who he thinks is responsible for it so he can rid himself of the curse.
Perfect.
It was one of the most expensive shows on television.
I'm a big Simpsons fan, and I feel like in a lot of like Simpsons documentaries and like commentaries, they always say like, you have to understand at the time, Fox, what like they always say that it was like the most dog shit channel that you were like,
Yeah.
the whole channel's gonna get canceled. Never mind the show, like whatever.
It was nuts. The first 4 years of that channel were just, I don't know.
Yeah, let's
'cause
try
they-
this.
Yeah, it was a very weird thing to start a new network. Like no one had done it in decades. And the way they did it was kind of clever. They would go to UHF stations in each individual city. And at first they rented 2 nights. They rented Saturday and Sunday. And it was called Fox Weekend Television.
Gotcha.
And then as it got more popular, they were able to spread out through the week and then eventually bought the stations. But yeah, they had no idea what was going to work. And so the early days, they pumped money into stuff like Women in Prison and Werewolf. And the 2 breakout shows were last minute, or 3 breakout shows were last minute, low budget, like filler shows, which was America's Most Wanted, Cops, and Married with Children.
Right. Yeah.
And then Married with Children, they didn't understand why it was popular. So they kept trying to reverse engineer it. So they just had like really bad, offensive
Yes.
shows.
They had the one show where Bobcat does the voice of the dog.
Yes, yes. And there was also one with 3 very funny comedic actresses who are all overweight.
Okay.
And the show was called Babes.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Whoops was a big one. That was about people living in a cabin post-apocalypse
Okay.
sitcom. In one of them, Santa Claus, the actual Santa Claus, arrives, and he has PTSD because he shut the door to his bomb shelter before Mrs. Claus could get in, and he watched her burn to death.
Oh my God.
This is like played for laughs. This Christmas episode of the show. Yeah, so they're not wrong on The Simpsons.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And Get a Life was on Fox, wasn't it?
Yes, which they did not know what to do
That
with.
was a real silly show.
Oh, it was so funny. It was so funny. And then got even weirder in the second
Yes.
season.
Well, that's another one. Like I said earlier, like it should not be profitable. So like the fact that it got made makes you like love it so much.
Yeah. It actually, the first season did very well, and it kicked Seinfeld's ass. It
That's
was
so
opposite
funny.
Seinfeld. And it did like 10 times the numbers
That's
Seinfeld was doing,
awesome. That's awesome.
which is hilarious. And, better show. In my opinion. It's no Dangerous Affection, but let's do... Oh, and then there's full-page ads for soaps in here, which is really strange.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Young and the Restless, Santa Barbara. I'm like, wow, they did like full photo shoots. They bought full page ads.
Yeah.
Did you ever get into soaps? Were you ever a soap person?
I'm a little bit into them. I made a couple soaps for public access. I feel like I never truly watched like daytime soaps, but I liked, like Riverdale, like the things on the WB where it's just
like the teen nighttime
just
drama
the
soaps.
most beautiful teens you've ever seen.
Yeah. Angsty teens. The post-Dawson's Creek world.
Yes. So I do think there's something very funny about shows like that where the people are like super, super, super beautiful because like they're kind of too beautiful to be cast in other things.
Yeah.
Because they look too unrealistic.
Yeah.
So,
they're like, oh, you're the dock worker down on his luck.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
so I find that really like campy and funny when it's like, especially like the parents and the grandparents are all like stunning. Oh, the OC is one that I really liked. And what's his name? Peter Gallagher, is that his name?
Oh yeah, Peter Gallagher, yeah.
It's a beautiful father.
Yeah, like if one of those kids in a town you grew up in had that as a dad, that's all most of the kids would talk about.
Yes.
It's like, you seen his dad? There's one called Point, speaking of New Jersey, and I just keep bringing up New Jersey. There's a CW show called Point Pleasant from the early 2000s. Do you remember that one?
No, I never watched it.
Oh man, it's actually kind of decent, but completely insane.
Yes.
And it's a teenage rich kids living in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, seaside town thing,
yes.
but mixed with the Antichrist.
What?
So this beautiful girl like washes up on shore with no memory, and of course they're like, yeah, come into the high school.
You gotta learn.
And then and it's like she might be the Antichrist. We don't know.
That's
but
so
it's
funny.
also like a teen soap opera. It was one season. It got increasingly crazy.
I'm checking that. I'm
I
writing
think
a
you
lot of
dig it.
things down.
I think you dig Point Pleasant. And also to brag, I once worked a convention where I was running the Q&A for Riverdale. And it was me, Molly Ringwald, Skeet Ulrich, and KJ Appa, who plays Archie.
Yes, yeah.
And he's like 18 and from New Zealand or Australia. And the day before I interviewed Andrew McCarthy, and we were talking about Molly Ringwald, and he said on the set of Pretty in Pink for her birthday, he bought her a 6-foot inflatable Gumby. So I brought that up, and then KJ Appa was like, "What's a Gumby?"
That's
and
so
it was
funny.
me, Skeet Ulrich, and Molly Ringwald trying to explain what Gumby is to an 18-year-old Australian kid, which is not possible.
All right.
It was like 5 minutes of just nonsense, and he was so confused. It was not. Skeet Ulrich just kept yelling, "I'm Gumby, damn it."
Nice.
And I'm like, that's not helping Skeet. That's not explaining to him anything. This is confusing him more.
Gosh, that sounds like a great gig.
I was like, this should be a game show.
Yeah.
Just explaining to 18-year-old Australians pop culture from the 50s.
Yes.
I also got to introduce him to Jason Momoa, and he almost, I thought he was going to cry.
Oh.
It was so nice. Momoa is, super nice dude, but also, a man.
Sure.
You're like, wow, look at that man. He's a mountain. And he's just like, hey. And KJ Appa was like, oh my God, it's Jason Momoa. And I had interviewed him earlier. I'm like, do you want to meet Jason Momoa? Oh, can I?
Oh,
like,
that's
yeah,
sweet.
Jason. And he was like, hey, how you doing, man? Oh yeah, that's great. And he was like, it's like, my work on this planet is done. There's also an ad here for the secret of younger looking skin. And for people that don't know the secret, it's moisture. Full page ad, just to tell you that it's moisture. Also, Win, Lose, or Draw, the game show, was premiering this year, which I always watched and never liked. It used to make me really mad because the celebrities would be just never guess the things, and it really drove me insane as a kid. You could also buy fleece-lined genuine suede moccasins for only $5.
It's a good deal.
EMP moccasins in Westbury, New York. Seems too good to be true.
This, what I'm about to say is so stupid sounding, but it's so crazy to see these mail order ads.
It is, though.
Like, yeah, because it's like extinct now.
Yeah, it's like this is a whole company that sells a product people would throw on an Amazon order.
Yeah, exactly.
As a joke. No, I got those $5 moccasins when I was ordering more toilet paper or something, and they're like, "That's our whole company." we're EMP
it's
moccasin
very
sales.
easy to buy things now compared.
It very much is.
Yeah.
There's also the 8 tapes for the price of one in here. Columbia House. And
Beverly
even
Hills
that.
Cop 2 soundtrack. And
Pretty good
Kenny G. Those are the
Starship.
2 I'll get.
Starship had an album called No Protection.
Weird.
I don't like that.
Weird title, for sure.
Weird title. There's a thing. Kenny Rogers, I Prefer the Moonlight. Unfamiliar.
Okay.
But that's one of his records. So where are we? On Monday night? What are you doing?
Oh, okay. So Monday, where is this? I'm gonna watch Giants versus Cowboys, and I'm not really a big sports fan, but I just like the ambiance of it in the background.
So it's like a vibe thing, like having some chips and dips while it's on? Or
Yes,
like
I think I'm doing a crossword and maybe having a glass of wine even.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So it's like you have the benefits of something being on. It's not complete silence with your own thoughts.
Yes, yeah.
But
and
you don't have to pay attention.
yes, and it's something that the next day, if people are talking about it, I'll say, "Oh yeah, what a crazy play at the end. That was crazy."
Did that happen often?
No.
My mom used to have a massive gambling problem.
Interesting.
So we always had all the sports games on, and literally
Wow.
would have like charts on the wall and like what's the number? What's the over? Put me $2 on, and it was like
Wow.
yeah, it was a whole thing. Yeah, it was. So I have a different sporting.
She's a
event.
OG gambling addict.
That's right. Welcome to Massachusetts. Oh God, You Devil is on that night. The George Burns movie.
Okay.
That movie would come on, and it was a movie that people would be like, kids like this movie, right? And for some reason, every time I would see it, because like Disney Channel ran it often, I hated this movie so much. I had like a visceral hatred for this movie. I couldn't
again?
tell you why. I was like, fucking, oh God, you devil. This I think it's because I liked horror movies, so I was like, he's the devil, but he's
Scary.
not. He's not
For
the
babies.
Antichrist that washed up on Point Pleasant. We got Valerie's Family that night, which is post Valerie Harper after she got fired from her own show. Elf is on as well. But The Breakfast Club is on. I think I would have watched The Breakfast Club.
I've seen it too much.
Funnily enough, it would have been a pretty contemporary movie.
It's true,
This is 87. It would have been like, Breakfast Club's on TV.
Yeah.
It's only 2 years old. Then we get a weirdly, unpleasantly sexual full-page ad for Another World.
Sure. I did notice. So when you sent me the list of all the TV Guide covers, I was like, Alf is everywhere. Alf is huge.
He was huge for 2 years. Massive, like the #1 show, like a phenomenon. At one point, he had 3 different shows on the air at the same time.
What the hell? I only think of Alf as like a punchline.
Yeah.
Or like, a thing in The Simpsons or Futurama of like, isn't it funny that we're mentioning Alf?
Or the Permanent Midnight Jerry Stahl thing where he was on heroin writing for Alf.
Sure.
But yeah, it was this huge hit for like 2 years, and then people were just like, it was like,
like,
it
wait
was
a
like
second, what is
they're
this?
like, hold on. What are we watching? This guy's an asshole. And dads loved Alf. For whatever reason,
He
that
tells
was like
it
the
like
core
it
audience.
is.
It's so funny. And there was also, it sparked this renaissance of sort of 50s style shows about a family with a magical being they had to keep secret. So we had the Harry and the Hendersons show. My favorite / the most terrifying starred a young Stephen Dorff, and it was called What a Dummy. And it was about a family whose grandfather was a ventriloquist. But when the grandfather dies, he tells them, guys, my dummy actually is alive. So you guys got to take care of him now.
What?
And it is
That's the
horrifying.
dumbest shit I've ever heard.
It was on for 2 seasons. It was completely insane. There was one called Scorch, where they had a magic dragon who was a puppet. that
It's
lived
so
in-
crazy
yeah.
to think of like the TV shows that are on now that are like so high concept and, you know, brilliant and gunning for the Emmys. And it's like, wow, there used to just be shows about ventriloquist dummies.
that the family has to put up with
Yeah.
and keep a secret. 'Cause it
Right.
was- yeah.
Yes. If anyone finds out.
I swear we came of age in the entertainment industry in the wrong time, because I feel like writing for television in the 80s was
Yes.
the easiest shit ever.
I think about that all the time. I really wish like I could be this age in like the 90s or late 90s and just written a ton of like direct to DVD comedies that are like, yeah, they're funny. Yeah.
Yes, slap National Lampoon on the title.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Here's a Nickelodeon show that I never watched because I thought it was like an Alf ripoff, but I don't think it was. Cousin Skeeter.
Oh, I liked Cousin Skeeter. Because Cousin Skeeter, he's a human.
But was a puppet.
Yes.
And no one mentioned that he was
Exactly. Yes.
a puppet. Okay. I kind of like that concept,
Yes.
but I don't think they played it the way that I'm
it's like
picturing
he's
it.
played by a puppet actor. And so, you know, he like flirts with girls like normal and
course.
yeah. And so his cousin is embarrassed by him because he's such a spaz, not because he's a puppet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. They're not acknowledging his puppeter. They're not making felt up jokes and that kind of stuff.
No. He's just like, oh, my cousin's so wacky. I just can't impress girls when Skeeter's around.
It'd be funny if, like, 2 seasons in, there's an episode where one guy's like, is he a fucking
Wait.
puppet?
Wait
and
a
everyone's
second.
like, yeah, I'm saying he's...
Yeah.
No, we all know.
Right.
Turns out, like, so that would be the show now. Like, it then turns that this kid is, like, mentally ill and carries this puppet around with him all the
Yes,
time.
yeah.
And he's like, let me ask my cousin Skeeter. And they're like, oh, no, it's not real.
Yeah, I think they just wanted someone as funny as an adult comedian to play a kid. So they were
Was
like,
it Bill Bellamy?
yes. So
Okay.
they were like, let's get a stand-up comedian, but they look too old to play a high schooler, so we'll just make a puppet for them.
That would be much funnier and weirder if they just had Bill Bellamy playing a child.
Yes.
Don't change the scripts. He's just there. No one says anything. I think we just pitched like 4 dark reboots of Cousin Skeeter. And I
Yeah.
think they all would get greenlit.
I honestly get the Cousin Skeeter theme song stuck in my head like once a week.
Well, we miss theme songs. Like, what has a theme
Oh,
song? now?
yeah.
Nothing.
That was a very good era.
I got Ghost Rider stuck in my head the other day,
Oh, okay.
which was a weird theme song. Tuesday, what are you doing?
Tuesday, I'm watching The Bad News Bears Go to Japan, which
Fun movie.
I looked up. It has a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes, but at the time, I wouldn't be able to look it up. I would have to learn on my own.
Yeah. Or look in the TV guide, because they have a movie section where they give everything stars. And like, as a big movie nerd as a kid, I would make sure I had this section because it was the only place you could look and get like the directors and the actors' names.
Oh, sure,
And like,
yeah.
you know, the runtime. Bad News Bears Go to Japan. They give 0 stars.
It's funny that I've never heard of this, but I guess that makes sense.
This is the sequel. It wasn't as popular. I actually had the director of this on my show.
Okay.
Not because he made this, but because he directed some other things. But yeah, it's not a great movie. But it did have the cast. Like Jackie Earle Haley was in it. And it led to a short-lived Bad News Bears sitcom.
Okay.
That was the first role for Corey Feldman.
Nice.
Very young Corey Feldman. Yeah, they're not impressed by Bad News Bears Go to Japan. It's
Do you know the movie Fluppy Dogs?
is a cartoon?
Yes, and it's
Yes.
a made-for-TV movie, and And I think it came out before I was born, but we had it taped on a VHS tape. And so I feel like movies like The Bad News Bears Go to Japan make me think of Fluppy Dogs, of like, oh, this is like a movie. It's just been erased from everyone's memory. There's no reason for anyone to know this exists.
Fluppy Dogs was a pilot for a series. It was based on a toy line.
Gotcha.
Like a Care Bears, Popples, Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yes. So they're magical dogs, and they're all different colors, unrealistic colors.
They're very fluffy.
Yes.
Also not a word. Did you ever see the Huga-Bunch movie?
No.
Oh, wow. You would love this. So there was a line of toys called the Huga-Bunch that were basically Care Bears, but were all about hugging, right?
Incredible.
And so to introduce them, they made an hour-long made-for-TV movie that is fucking terrifying.
Good.
These things come out of the mirror, and there's a mirror universe that these kids get trapped in, and there's like an evil witch, and it's live action, and it's terrifying.
Perfect.
And so many people I know were completely just scarred by the Huga-Bunch movie.
Down,
yeah.
Huga-Bunch.
Oh, the Huga-Bunch. Yeah. Huga-Bunch is like if someone was like, you know what? Let's take Fluppy Dogs, make it live action, and we want these people to really never forget this. We want nightmares.
Perfect.
That's what we want. To this day, partially because of the Huga-Bunch movie, I will not sleep in a room with a mirror in it.
Smart.
Freaks me out. There's going to be little weird hands coming out of it or something. Yeah. No, thank you. Are you, do you have siblings?
Yes, I'm the youngest of 4.
Okay. So you are, so like if it predated you, one of your older siblings probably taped it off TV and you kind of got it handed down.
So a lot of the tapes and toys were from another era for sure.
You're like, here's She-Ra and this Mr. Boogedy tape.
Yes, exactly.
Hope you like it. Where are we? Tuesday night?
Tuesdays, Bad News Bears Go to Japan.
Oh yeah, that's Bad News Bears Go to Japan.
Wednesday, I'm watching Discover, the World of Science.
Yes, this is the Discovery Channel when it actually did science things.
Yes, and not
Reality. My 600
people
pound,
hunting.
Yeah.
Hunting on
People
a boat.
hunting Bigfoot,
I
or
guess fishing.
they're in love with their car's exhaust pipe, or whatever those things are. Before we mention that, Crime Story is on, and it's a show that I bring up on this show often as a completely underrated, awesome show. It's Michael Mann. It takes place in the 60s. It stars Dennis Farina. It's basically if you took Mad Men and mixed it with Miami Vice.
Cool. What's it called?
Really good. It's called Crime Story.
Crime Story.
It was on 2 seasons, and it's awesome. It's just a great show.
This sounds like something David Chase wrote on, probably.
Yeah, he probably did actually.
Yeah.
It's great. It's like amazing cast. That if you look at the actors that were on this show, it's like a murderer's row of people who would go on to do all kinds of stuff later. And it's just like, it's great. It's just so good. And no one liked it. But it's Sunday night.
Also, Wednesday at 10 p.m., there's Billy Joel performing in the Soviet Union.
Yes. This was a huge deal, by the way.
So I'm watching that.
They made, there was also Iran-Contra hearings around at this time.
Oh my God.
The Billy Joel in the Soviet Union, I think it was called Back in the USSR,
Incredible.
was, I think, the first Western act to perform in Russia. So it was an HBO special. It was this huge deal. And then also this same year, the very first U.S. television show or movie to produce behind the Iron Curtain was the show Head of the Class.
Oh.
They did a 2-parter where the smart kids went to Russia for a chess tournament.
That's
and they actually
so
shot
cool.
it there. Which is so weird.
I love that.
I'm curious to go to Russia at some point, although I don't think I would. I think I'd be scared. There's like really fancy trains that they have there, like overnight sleeper car trains.
Yeah.
And I kind of always wanted to do one of those.
I'd be interested in checking out like other former Soviet states. Like
Turkestan or something.
Yeah. I have a friend, one time he did a trip to like all of these Central Asian countries, to Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. And the pictures looked very fun.
So Stan.
Yeah. Yeah, Stan tour.
Yeah. Or like Romania seems cool.
Yeah.
There's a YouTuber that I watched that's this kid from Tennessee, I think, who became obsessed with Ukraine and then just moved there. And he's like this chubby, affable Southern kid who
That's
just loves
awesome.
Ukraine. And his YouTube channel is like him like trying traditional pickles.
Very
Which
good.
is great.
Very
like
good.
some Ukrainian soldier like taste testing cheap vodkas, and it's highly entertaining. Because I don't think I could do that. Back in the USSR, Billy Joel that was a big deal. When I was in college, I was in a punk band, and we recorded our second record that never came out because everyone hated me when we broke up. But we recorded it in the basement of this mansion in Gloucester, Mass, that was owned by Billy Joel's former guitarist. And Billy Joel fired that whole band right before In the Middle of the Night. I think that's what that song's called, right? I go walking in my dreams.
River of Dreams.
Yeah, River Dreams. But these guys kind of cashed out, and it was like this decaying mansion, and the guy just kind of walked around in a robe, and people showed up and bought pot. You know, it was like that kind of thing.
Okay.
But in the basement, he had all these like framed photos that were kind of just like on the floor of like him on stage at Madison Square Garden and
That's
stuff.
awesome.
But he plays
Who
on
amongst
this.
us?
Who doesn't have that? oh, I forgot about that. But he's playing in the band in this Russian
That's cool.
thing. Yeah, The Equalizer's on, which is a show that I watched. Perfect Strangers, Hooperman. There's some good stuff. The Slap Maxwell story. Megan Gallagher looks like Sigourney Weaver. Thursday night, what are you doing?
Cheers.
It's great.
To pay off his bar tab, Norm paints Rebecca's office and finds out she's not the witch she's made out to be. News that gives Sam a new plan of pursuit.
This is a weird episode because it's two characters that rarely get to be the lead in the show, even though it's an ensemble.
Sure, yeah.
And it's like the two characters I would not think to put together in an episode. And it's such a good example of like comedy writing where it's almost like they were like, who are the two least likely we could write a story about? Let's see if we could do it.
Well, I feel like there's certain like male characters that are just on their face funny of like, just picture them trying to talk to a woman without like any buffer around.
Sure.
What
And
talk
Norm
about?
is one of them.
Yes.
George Wendt, who just died fairly recently. Also, I mean, I'm a huge Cheers fan, obviously being from Boston and sitcom nerd. But Cheers is such a great example of a show that didn't recast, but replaced two major characters over the course of the show.
Yes, yeah.
And the show arguably got better, or at least was as good,
Yes.
which is nuts.
Woody is terrific.
Woody's so funny, but a totally different character. And
Well, they're kind of the same character,
They're
but
both the dumb
decades
guy.
different.
yeah, but it's like it flips the relationship. So I apologize, I'm going down a Cheers hole here.
Sure,
but,
yeah.
I've had Ted Denson on the show, and Ted had a thing that blew my mind where he said he played him as a guy who would never have friends or family. And he said the writers gave him a clue by naming him Sam Malone, and he heard it as Sam Alone. He'll always be alone. But the him and Coach thing was like a father-son, and then him and Woody's father-son, but it's flipped.
Yes,
and I always
yeah.
found that kind of fun. Yeah, but you know who they first offered that role to, the Woody
Who?
role? Joel Hodgson
Wait, who's that?
from Mystery Science Theater 3000, and he was on Freaks and Geeks and was a stand-up.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Joel Hodgson got offered that part, and he was like, nah, that's stupid, and moved back to Minnesota.
That's so funny.
I don't think it would have worked, too, which is the thing. Like,
Yes,
I think he's
exactly.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't work. And then after that, Beverly Hills Bunts is on,
Okay.
which is a rare comedic spin-off show of a drama series.
Perfect.
This is a spin-off of Hill Street Blues, where Bunts, who's the Dennis Franz character, moves to Beverly Hills to be a cop, obviously after Beverly Hills Cop was a hit. And it's awful.
Very good.
It's awful. Like having a different genre show spin off from a show happened more than you think it did.
Sure. That's funny. I feel like Young Sheldon is such a weird show during this era, but now that we're recollecting all of these shows, I'm like, actually, Young Sheldon is like 80s TV.
Yeah.
I'm like, we like this character. Here's a whole new show. Has nothing to do with that, and we're just going to pretend it's
different.
the same character. And also the cameras and the lightings and everything is completely different.
Totally different vibe, different universe, but you won't care. Yeah, totally. Like Lou Grant spun off from Mary Tyler Moore, and it was an hour-long drama.
Okay.
Very weird, but they were like, all right. I always try and think now of like if there were a show. Well, it's different now because we have very different TV, but I always try to think of like funny versions of that you could do for contemporary shows, like either spin a comedy off from a drama or a drama from a comedy.
Yeah.
Like a Breaking Bad spinoff that's a comedy, which kind of was Better Call Saul.
Yes, yeah.
But very strange. Yeah, I love Cheers. Sledgehammer is also on. I don't know if you've ever seen Sledgehammer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a parody, like a Naked Gun kind of parody.
Oh, cool.
Of like Clint Eastwood Dirty Harry movies.
Nice. That's
But
cool.
it's really funny and weird and very fourth wall breaking, which people hated.
Yes.
But I, as a kid, was like, this is amazing. This blew my mind. Danny Elfman did the music.
Oh, nice.
They,
Sounds very hip.
it's very hip, but too much for people. Like my favorite thing about it. The show, they were like, there's no way we're getting a second season of this show. It's weird. It's not doing great. The network hates it. So the final episode of the first season, they have Sledgehammer trying to defuse a nuclear bomb, and he doesn't, and it blows up, and that's how the episode ends.
That's funny.
But then the network said, your season 2 is greenlit. So they came back the next year and called it Sledgehammer the Early Years.
That's so funny.
It's hilarious. Never mentioned it. Just did the same show and pretended it happened all before that.
Perfect.
Which I'm like, you can't get away with that now. Can't do a Sledgehammer the Early Years. Wise Guy was on, which
My dad loved Wise Guy. He
Big dad
taped that
show.
a lot.
Good show. Like, weirdly, I've recently discovered a bunch of people have sort of rediscovered Wise Guy because it kind of ends up being a sort of proto this golden age of television stuff.
Yes, yeah.
Because a lot of people from like Mad Men and The Sopranos and Breaking Bad and stuff worked on it, and it's kind of got a similar vibe, even though it's like 10, 15 years earlier. It's a pretty good show. Although, once again, an actor who really needs to sort his eyebrows out.
Sure. Yeah, he liked Wise Guys, and later he liked Oz. And then Prestige TV really took off.
I feel like Oz would make me worried. That he was
Really?
into Oz. Yeah. I don't know why. Just prison show. People really into prison shows. I'm
Sure.
always kind of like, I don't know why. Just that one genre. I'm like,
Well, I think he just liked, prestige type shows of like TV shows that feel like movies or something.
right. Like you feel smarter for watching.
Yes, exactly. It's like reading a book.
The other day I was watching Oz.
Yes, exactly.
Friday night, final night of the week. What are you doing?
I'm going to watch Miami Vice with special guest star Isai Morales.
Yes. Miami Vice, fun show. I don't know if you've ever gone back and watched it or watched it.
No, again, I've only seen it parodied in cartoons later.
It's pretty good, especially the episodes before it became like this huge cultural phenomenon, when then they were like, let's capitalize on this. But when it was kind of a legitimately gritty police show, it was different and interesting.
That's what my dad says as the Prestige TV nerd. He says
Yes.
that Miami Vice and 21 Jump Street, he says, everyone thinks these are, jokey shows, but they're actually really gritty and really blah, blah, blah.
It's true. There were a few like that, like Spencer for Hire, which was on before Dolly on Sunday, was shot here in Boston when I was growing up, and I watched them go film it. And that holds up really well, really gritty cop show. 21 Jump Street had a lot of comedy in it. John Waters is in an episode of 21 Jump Street.
Interesting. Cool.
Which is how he met Johnny Depp.
Oh, that's funny.
he was a huge fan of the show and like asked if he could be on it, which is
That's
hilarious.
awesome.
But yeah, Miami Vice holds up. It's a good show. I think Crime Story is a better show. I'm curious if your dad watched Crime Story and what he thought of it. This is when ABC's really trying to take over Friday nights. This is pre-TGIF, but they're really pushing Friday. So they have Full House. This is the first season of Full House. There's a show called I Married Dora, which is about a guy who marries his housekeeper so she can stay in the country.
Interesting.
And it was like a will they, won't they? And if people listening at home are playing TV Guidance Counselor Bingo, they're about to hear this again, but had the weirdest series finale I've ever seen. And they knew the show got canceled, so they were able to do this. The last episode, the dad's flying somewhere and Dora decides she loves him. So she runs to the airport to be like, don't get on the plane. I love you. And she goes there and he comes out and she's like, what happened? He goes, it got canceled. And she goes, your flight got canceled. And he goes, no, our show did. And they pull back and show the crew and the audience.
Cool.
And then it just ends.
That's like The Hills.
Yeah. And as a kid, I'm like 7 years old and I'm like, what just happened?
That's awesome.
What just happened? It had Elizabeth Pena, who was good. The show was fine, but that ending was nuts.
Yeah, that's really cool.
In the show, Rags to Riches was on, which, first of all, this particular episode, the premise is a hunk in the house. So I'm always up for shows that involve hunks.
Yes.
But this show, they were like, look, Annie was huge. And also people like the 60s. So let's do a show where a very rich guy goes into an orphanage and he adopts all the girls and they all live with him, but they also do full musical numbers every episode. Tisha Campbell was on this show. Oh, it was also multicultural. He had like 6 girls. Which is like a rich guy going into an orphanage being like, give me all the girls.
A bit much.
Yeah. But this show was like a huge hit for like a month.
Perfect.
Because there was that thing where like no one was making shows for like tweens or teenage girls.
Right, yeah.
So this like sort of almost wish fulfillment of these girls. So it's like, you're all rich now and you have cool 60s clothes and you do songs. They were like, this is the greatest. But it was one of those shows set in the past that they kind of forgot it was a period piece after a while.
Yes, yeah.
So now it's kind of the 80s, but we don't mention it.
Right, yes, yeah. The clothes speed up a bit.
Yeah, yeah. It's, and I've told this on the show before, but I had an episode of Rags to Riches interrupted because of friggin' baby Jessica, if you recall her.
No.
She was this baby in, I say like Arkansas, who fell down a well, which they've parodied on The Simpsons.
Oh, yes, of course.
That's baby Jessica. And so it was like this 4-day ordeal where this girl was in a well. It was all over TV all the time. They interrupted television, like broadcast for this girl in the well. And they had like experts on with charts. And they had this guy with no collarbone go down there because he could fit in the thing. And they were like, we're going to dig a hole, but it's dangerous. And they got her out of it. But they never, Rags to Riches got canceled. And I never got to see the rest of that episode until it came out on DVD in like 2010. And I'll never forgive baby Jessica for that.
I had a similar experience. My favorite movie when I was a kid was Billy Madison, and we had that on videotape. But I was really excited because they were going to air it on TV. And then I watched it, and then it got interrupted by Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky coverage.
That's enraging.
Yes.
Enraging. Like, kids don't have to deal with that now.
Yeah.
Nothing was worse than when something interrupted your television. Like, and granted, I'm like, okay, whatever, it's news. But at the same time, come on. Baby Jessica's going to be fine. Play Rags to Riches, guys.
Yes. Thank you.
Not fair. I want a personal apology from her. Yeah. Well, that is the week, but as you know, TV Guide isn't just informative. It has opinions. So, Mary, I'd like to read you the cheers and jeers of TV Guide this week and see if you agree or disagree. This is always my favorite part of TV Guide because it's unsigned. So they get super bitchy and have really weird complaints. Mm-hmm. And this is a particularly jeer heavy week. We have 3 jeers and only 1 cheer. So we start with a jeers. Jeers to the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences for mounting a salute to the late Jackie Gleason on the September 30th Emmy Awards program, but never mentioning that during his lifetime, the Academy never once awarded him an award. That's an old person complaint.
Yeah, I don't care much for that jeer. Get over it.
It's like, well, they're giving him
They're
a
giving
salute
him
now.
a salute now. Take what you can get.
Like, how would that? What do you want them to be like? Look, we're sorry.
We're so sorry.
We never gave him an award.
We've been thinking about this for years.
It's too late now.
Yeah.
Look, apologize to people while they're here. That's the lesson we have.
We have been so full of shame.
Yes. He was obsessed with UFOs, by the way, Jackie Gleason.
Very cool.
His house recently, one of his houses went up for sale recently.
I saw. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a flying saucer. I had this woman, Teresa Ganzel, on the show who was in a movie with him and Richard Pryor, and they shot it in like Georgia, I want to say. Mm-hmm. And she was like, "Oh, Mr. Gleason wants to know if you want to, have dinner with him at his hotel." She's like, "He stayed at a different hotel from everyone, and I didn't know why." And she's like, "I thought it was because it's Jackie Gleason. He gets the nice hotel." So she goes and meets him, and the reason he stayed at that hotel was because it was the highest building in the city, and he had telescopes, and he was in the penthouse, and he would just stay up all night looking for UFOs.
Gosh, that is a cool actor.
Yeah, it's like, all right, Jackie Gleason. Cheers to NBC Nightly News chief Pentagon correspondent Fred Francis for his inclusive 3-part series on blacks in the military. Though through interviews with experts and service personnel, Francis thoroughly limbed the gains. Limbed? L-I-M-N-E-D? Thoroughly limbed the gains made by blacks in recent years, and the apprehension that the progress
Did he limen them?
Limen?
Does that mean illuminate them?
Maybe. That's a big word. Like, they really got the vocab books out.
Yes.
For that one. That's a word of the day calendar right there. In recent years, and the apprehension that the progress soon may be eroded. Geez, if they only knew. The report's intriguing notion that the advancement of blacks in the service might be a harbinger of what will happen in society at large.
Wow. Okay.
It feels, in some ways, I'm like, 1987 we're talking about that? That's that soon ago that they're like, maybe black people will be seen as people.
Sure, yeah.
But then also, yeah, look at the world now. I mean, I guess I would agree with that, Cheer. I don't know how you would not, but
I think I'd have to watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till I see. Jeers to anchor Brent Mushburger of CBS's The NFL Today in a muddled commentary on the looming National Football League strike during the September 20th show. Mushburger allowed as how free agency might be fine for some players, but not for superstars like San Francisco's Joe Montana, who, quote, owed his team something. Is this the same Brent Musburger who, as a broadcasting free agent a few years back, used his own star status and the wedge of an offer from rival ABC to win a $10 million contract from CBS? What's good for broadcasters should be good for athletes. We say throw the flag and penalize Brent 15 yards for hypocrisy.
This sounds like a ABC employee for sure.
That is a personal vendetta.
That's a gripe.
Brent's ex-girlfriend, who works in the sales department at ABC, is like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, I think I agree with the jeer. I think I think the attitude is a bit much, but in general, I agree with their point. Yeah.
And I don't know Brent Musburger, but I'm going to guess that he was a dick.
Yeah. You would think. Come on. Sounds like a big ego on the guy.
Brent Musburger, I'm worth $10 million. And finally, jeers to NBC's St. Elsewhere for an episode titled Moon for the Misbegotten, airing on September 30th, in which actor Ed Flanders told his superior, Dr. John Gideon, played by Ronnie Cox, quote, "You can kiss my ass, pal," and then dropped his pants and bared his buns. Will freedom of expression on television be advanced by this gross gesture? Flanders is too good an actor and St. Elsewhere too good a show for either of them to have to stoop to this low for a gag.
This is tough because, again, I feel like I need to see the episode to decide, if they were heightening what you can do on TV or if it was truly beneath them, as they say.
I get it. It's weird because there's the showing the ass and the saying ass. Like, I feel like you don't need both.
Sure.
And also there's a weird thing where I feel like male actors, are all just desperate to show their ass in a thing.
Yes, yeah.
What is that about?
A universal truth, yes.
Yeah. Like, if anyone, it's like, oh, I'm directing a movie I'm starring in. Yes,
if the scene needs it.
Like, really? I got into acting so people could see my ass. Also, men tend to think just male nudity is really funny inherently.
Of course, yeah.
And it's not. Like, I don't think it is.
Could be funnier.
It could be like it's like an impression. You got to do something with it.
Yes, draw a little face. Hello.
Yeah, you can't it's not just funny on its own. Like, otherwise you get the, oh yeah, it is what it looks like.
Yeah, I got one of those. Okay.
Yeah, it does sound like it. You got to do something with it. It is interesting seeing the evolution of like being able to swear on television.
Yes, totally.
The first show to say the word suck in the context of you suck was Uncle Buck, the TV series.
Oh, interesting.
With Kevin Meaney. You couldn't say ass. I remember when it was okay to say bitch all of a sudden. That was kind of crazy.
Times.
NYPD Blue said shit. That was pretty exciting. Again, ridiculous in hindsight.
Yes, yeah.
Is there anything that's ever shocked you on a network show where you're like, I can't believe they made that joke or like said that?
No, I can't really think of one.
Like when Young Sheldon had that N-word episode.
Do they?
No.
Nothing would shock me about Young Sheldon.
Well, it's funny when I go back and I read like the letters to TV Guide stuff and the things people are outraged about. It's just like, you people, if you only knew.
I guess there's one. There's an episode of Seinfeld where they take like the free car from the airport. Do you know the one I mean?
Yes, yeah.
And then they slowly realize that the car is reserved for a neo-Nazi who's doing an event in Manhattan that night.
Yes,
and
yes.
There's like counter-protesters. Yeah, I remember watching that a couple of years ago and thinking like, wow, this is pretty wild to be on NBC.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And again, that was a show that I feel like it was so big at that point, they could pretty much do any plot. Like after the contest episode,
yes, yeah.
I feel like the network was like, you know what? Whatever, anything, fine.
Yes, but like with the contest and a lot of things on the show, it's very, old timey. It's like they're saying it without saying it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're like driving in a limo talking about a famous anti-Semite.
Ripe for humor.
Yeah. So I thought that was very ahead of its time. Like it felt like It's Always Sunny, but on a major network.
Yeah, which makes sense because it was... I mean, Seinfeld was the show where they're like, all these people are bad people.
Yes, exactly.
None of the leads are likable. You're not cheering for anyone. Everyone gets what they deserve, kind of. And then we had a whole decade of television like that after where it was like, yeah, that's all the leads are bad people.
Right, yeah.
Which I'm like, we need to come around a little bit. Like, not
Big
all comedies
agree.
need to be terrible people all the time.
Yeah.
The worst possible things. Are there any comfort shows that you watch now or like you're like a bedtime show?
Oh, I love Caught in Providence. Do you watch that?
I don't know it. No. Oh, is it the reality
with Frank
show?
Caprio?
Yes, who just died. Yeah.
Yes, I love that show. So it's like a Judge Judy, people court type show, but it's always he's helping the person out. The person always has like a traffic ticket that's way too expensive for what they did, and they got a lot going on in their life. And he says, you seem like a really nice girl. I'm so sorry this happened to you. You know, just forget about it.
Here's some money for you. Go get some lunch.
Yeah. Every episode is that, and it makes me feel so good.
It's funny how no one's tapped into that. Like I love Somebody Feed Phil for the same reason. Because I'm like, this is like an Anthony Bourdain show, except the lead is happy and travels the world just complimenting people.
Yeah.
I'm like, we need this. Why are people doing this?
I want to produce more stuff like that. Like the stuff that I used to do at the public access channel. I just loved it so much. Mostly because it was like, I can't even believe like we get to use all this equipment for free.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't everyone doing this all the time?
Yeah, it's right here, guys.
Yeah. But it's perfect for like those kinds of shows, like quote unquote low budget shows, court shows.
Well, I mean, like Joe Paris stuff is sort of along those lines.
I love that show.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a nice, gentle, kind show, but still edgy and funny.
Yes, and it's like I pitched a show to Adult Swim like around the same time, and like during that time, everything on Adult Swim was like gross out, freaky, blood shooting out of people's eyes, and like revolting. And so I love that Joe's show. Almost every episode is like TV PG.
Yep.
There's hardly any cursing. If there is cursing, it's like Connor O'Malley's character, who is supposed to be like
an asshole.
We're supposed to like feel bad for him, kind of, and like be like, oh, he's an asshole because his life is bad.
His life sucks. Yeah. Everyone like Jill Firestone's a prepper. And
yes, like, I love
she's
that.
Like sad, but then it's like it's just I don't know how he works on that level with that stuff, but like
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, maybe we don't have more like that because it's really hard to do.
I think these networks, they just want everything to be crazy, violent, gross out, nutso.
I think they've trained people to want to see. Yeah, I feel like they've trained people to want to see people fail.
Yeah.
Like reality TV is all about like ha ha ha. Like,
yeah, I'm really over it. I'm over shows about rich people when it's like, can you believe these rich people getting away with it? I'm like, shut up. That's like life.
Yes,
I want to see something else.
Yeah. I seethe over that most of the day, and I don't want it here. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see more positive stuff, to be honest.
Well, world, we're going to put that out there. We need more positive stuff on the air. We need a new Dolly, bringing it full circle. She was another one of those people that did positive stuff, and you can do it without it being like cheesy Christian-y.
People like it.
Yeah, like it's doable, guys. Yeah. You can do it. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I'm so glad that you had the chance to sit down and talk to me about this stuff, and thank you for being flexible with the guide.
Yes, of course.
There you go. That's Mary. She's awesome. Just check her stuff out. I put links in the show description for all of her things. Also check out Dolly Parton. Glad she's healthy these days. She doesn't need my help, but there you go. Hope to see you guys on the 13th or at shows coming up. If you come to a show, say hello and let me know that you listen to the show. That's always nice, so that I'm not just doing this into a vacuum. I know things are difficult. What a friggin' year this has been. But we're on month 11. Believe it or not. So a few more to go. But if you want to email me about anything, you can do so at tvguidancecounselor@gmail.com or ken@icanread.com. Go on the Patreon. If you have $1 a month, that's a huge help. If you have $5 a month, you would have got a PDF copy of this edition of TV Guide. You could print out the cover with Dolly Parton as a pinup. But you know what? I didn't even give her the issue with Dolly Parton. So, but if you want it, let me know and I can get you a cover. I have a hookup. Anyway, I'll see you next week. So I hope you're here for a brand new edition of TV Guidance Counselor.
He gets his second chance. That's beautiful. It kind of doesn't count if you're in a coma. That's a dream.